This is 4.3 Graph with Intercepts from OpenStax Elementary Algebra. We're going to go ahead and start with a readiness quiz. So go ahead and pause the video, work this one out on your own paper, and then come back and see if you did it right. Be careful of order of operation. Okay, so we have 3 times 0 plus 4y is equal to -2. So order of operation, PEMDAS. You guys know PEMDAS. We have no parentheses, so we don't need to worry about that. We have no exponents, so we're going to do multiplication first. So starting on the left, 3 times 0. 3 times 0 multiplied together is 0. Plus, and then 4y is multiplied together, but we can't simplify that at all. So 4y is equal to -2. Okay, so we dealt with all the multiplication. There's no division. Addition, 0 plus 4y is equal to 4y is equal to -2. Okay, and so we've simplified this, and there's no subtraction. We've simplified this all the way down on this side, but now we need to get y by itself. Okay, so we're going to divide both sides by 4, and we get y is equal to -1/2. Okay, so if you don't remember how to do that, or if you had trouble solving for y, please let me know and I can direct you. I can either help you or I can direct you to some resources. So let's go ahead and continue on with the new lesson. So section A, identify the x and y intercepts on a graph. So first we need to define what intercepts are. So intercept means that something crosses, right? So in a movie, on the police chase, the police try to intercept the criminals. They try to cross their path. And so the intercept of a line is the point where the line crosses the x-axis or the y-axis. Both of them together are the intercepts. And so let's look at some graphs here and identify the intercepts. So as we're looking at these graphs, graph A, the intercepts are, I'm going to make my pen a little fatter than normal so I can point them out easily. Okay, so the x-intercept where A crosses the x-axis is right here. I'm turning it orange at 3, 0. The y-intercept is here at 0, 6. Okay, so anywhere it crosses an axis. On graph B, this is the y-intercept, and this is the x-intercept. Graph C, we have the y-intercept and the x-intercept. And notice on graph D, the x and the y-intercept are the same because they're both at the origin. That's the only place where they would be the same, is at 0, 0. Okay, so those are the intercepts of the line. Each line will have 2 intercepts as long as it is not a vertical line. Any other line will have 2 intercepts. So let's go ahead and practice showing how to identify them. So we're going to use these same graphs that we just used, and we're going to identify the intercepts. I'm going to show you how to do it with a table. So we're going to look at each of these figures. I'll just put, oops, I need to get my skinny pen back. Figure, these are the figure letters. Okay, so we want to see where they cross the x-axis, and then we're going to come up with the ordered pair. Okay, so A crosses the x-axis at 3, 0. So it crosses the x-axis at 3, and the ordered pair is 3, 0. B crosses the x-axis at 4, and the ordered pair is 4, 0. C crosses the x-axis at 5, and the ordered pair is 5, 0. D crosses the x-axis at 0, and the ordered pair is 0, 0. What do you notice? What pattern do you notice here? I hope you notice that all of these, the y coordinate is 0. Okay, that's going to be important when we formalize our definitions here. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the y-axes. So A crosses the y-axis at 6, and the ordered pair is 0, 6. B crosses the x-axis at -3, and the ordered pair is 0, -3. C crosses the y-axis at -5, and the ordered pair is 0, -5. D crosses the y-axis at 0, and the ordered pair is 0, 0. What do you notice about these? All the x values are 0. Okay, so notice when we're finding the x-intercept where it crosses the x-axis, the y is 0. When we're finding where it crosses the y-axis, the x is 0. So let's go ahead and put that down as a definition. The x and y intercept are, the x-intercept is the point a, 0, so it's any number, a is any number, where the line crosses the x-axis, and it occurs when y equals 0. And the y-intercept is the point 0b, where the line crosses the y-axis, and it occurs when x equals 0. Okay, so write down these definitions. These are important. You're going to be working with intercepts for the rest of your math career. So let's go ahead and do some example problems. Example 4.19. Find the x and y intercepts on each graph. So let's go ahead and work with graph A first. Okay, so on A, first we're going to find the x-axis, or sorry, the x-intercept. So where it crosses the x-axis, so that's going to be here. And so we're going to put the x-intercept, not equals, is at, and we're going to use ordered pairs. So it's at 4, 0. And the y-intercept is right here, and that's at 0, 2. Okay, anytime you're listing the both intercepts for one line, one of them should have y as the 0, and one of them should have x as the 0. Okay, let's look at figure B. So figure B, the x-intercept is at 2, 2, 0, and the y-intercept is at -6. So it would be 0, -6. And then let's go on to figure C. The x-intercept crosses the x at -5, -5, 0, and the y-intercept is also at -5, so it's 0, -5. Okay, so that's how you use a graph to find the x and y intercepts. So let me put up two graphs here for you to try on your own. Pause the video, go ahead and list the x-intercept and the y-intercept of each graph, and then come back to make sure you got it correct. So let's find the x-intercept of the graph on the left. So it crosses the x-axis at x equals 2, and so the ordered pair for that is 2, 0. The y-intercept, it crosses the y at -2, so the ordered pair is 0, -2. And the graph on the right, the x-intercept, it intercepts the x-axis at +3, so it's at 3, 0, and the y-intercept is at +2, so it's at 0, 2. And that's how you use a graph to find the x and y intercept. Now, you won't always be given a graph. Sometimes you will be given an equation and you need to find the intercepts. Okay, so let's learn how to find the x and y intercepts from the equation of the line. First, to find the x-intercept, let y equal 0 and solve for x. And to find the y-intercept, let x equal 0 and solve for y. Okay, so whichever one you're trying to find, whichever intercept you're trying to find, you're going to make the other variable 0 and then solve for the one you're looking for. So let's go ahead and try this. It says find the intercepts of 2x plus y equals 6. So first, let's find the x-intercept first. Okay, and so to find the x-intercept, we're going to let y equals 0. Okay, so we're going to rewrite the equation with y equals 0. 2x plus, and then instead of y, we're going to put 0 is equal to 6. Okay, now we're going to solve for x. So we can get rid of the 0. 2x is equal to 6. Divide both sides by 2 to get rid of the 2. X is equal to 3. Okay, so but we're not done there because we were not trying to solve for x. We were trying to find the x-intercept. And so we need to put that as an ordered pair. So the x-intercept is at x equals 3 and y equals 0. So the x-intercept is, sorry, I almost wrote x, is at 3, 0. 3, 0 is the x-intercept. So that would be your answer. Now, if we want to find the y-intercept, we're going to let x equal 0 and solve for y. So going back to our original equation, we're going to put 0 in for x. 2 times 0 plus y is equal to 6. 2 times 0 is 0 plus y is equal to 6. Y is equal to 6 because 0 plus y is y. And that's our y, but that's not our answer, right? Because we're looking for ordered pairs. So the y-intercept is at 0, 6. And this is your y-intercept. Okay, so the x-intercept is at 3, 0, and the y-intercept of this graph of this line is at 0, 6. Okay, I'm going to put up 2 try-it problems. Go ahead and try to find the x and the y-intercept for each of these equations and then come back and see if you did it correctly. So I'm going to find the x-intercept on the top one. So I'm going to say that y is equal to 0. So 3x plus 0 equals 12. So 3x equals 12. Divide both sides by 3. X is equal to 4. That means the x-intercept, I'll write it over here, x-intercept is at 4, 0. Okay, so now I'm going to find the y-intercept. So I'm going to let x equal 0. 3 times 0 is equal to y, sorry, not equal, plus y. 3 times 0 plus y is equal to 12. 0 plus y equals 12. Therefore, y equals 12. And that means our y-intercept is at 0, 12. Okay, so this would be the answer to that question. You were supposed to find both of them. So make sure you put both of them and make sure you put ordered pairs. Don't just put the x or the y value. Okay, the next one. So to find the x-intercept, we're going to let y equal 0. X plus 4 times 0 is equal to 8. 4 times 0 is 0, so x is equal to 8. That means our x-intercept is 8, 0. Now we're going to find our y by letting our x equal 0. 0 plus 4y is equal to 8. So 4y equals 8. Divide both sides by 4 and you get y is equal to 2. So our y-intercept is 0, 2. And this is our answer. Okay, so make sure you understand that. If you don't, please let me know so that I can help you. I can send you more videos. I can Zoom with you. I really want you to understand this. Let's do another problem. So in this case, we have coefficients on both of our variables, which we did not have last time. So they've thrown in a little bit of more complication here. So let's go ahead and do this. We still do it the same way, though. To find the x-intercept, we're going to let y equal 0. So let's rewrite it with y equals 0. 4x minus 3 times 0 equals 12. Okay, so negative 3 times 0 is 0, so we can get rid of that. 4x is equal to 12. Divide both sides by 4, and we get x is equal to 3. So the x-intercept is 3, 0. Now let's find the y-intercept. So we're going to let x equal 0. To find the y-intercept, x equals 0. 4 times 0 minus 3y is equal to 12. 4 times 0 is 0, so we can let that go. So negative 3y is equal to 12. We need to get y by itself. Divide both sides by negative 3. negative 3. Therefore, y equals negative 4. So our y-intercept is 0, negative 4. So here's our y-intercept, and here's our x-intercept. Okay, I'm going to put up two more try it problems for you. Both of these have coefficients on both the variables, so it's like the other problem we just did. If you need to rewatch that before doing this or as you're doing it, go ahead and do that. Pause your video, work these out, and then come back. So let's find x in the first one, the x-intercept. So we're going to let y be 0. 3x minus 4 times 0 is equal to 12. And negative 4 times 0 is 0. So we have 3x is equal to 12. X is equal to 4. That means the x-intercept is 4, 0. Now we'll find the y-intercept by letting x equal 0. 3 times 0 minus 4y is equal to 12. The 3 times 0 is 0, so that disappears. My negative 4y is equal to 12. Divide both sides by negative 4. Y is equal to negative 3. That means the y-intercept is 0, negative 3. And this would be your answer to this one. Okay, and the last one. First we'll solve for the x-intercept by letting y equal 0. 2x minus 4 times 0 equals 8. Negative 4 times 0 is 0, so it disappears. 2x equals 8. Divide both sides by 2. X is equal to 4. So the x-intercept is at 4, 0. Now we'll solve for the y-intercept by letting x equal 0. Minus 4y is equal to 8. 2 times 0 is 0, it disappears. Negative 4y is equal to 8. Divide both sides by negative 4. Y is equal to negative 2. That means our y-intercept is 0, negative 2. And that's how you solve that one. Okay, if you have any questions, please let me know. I want to help you. Look on Google Classroom for your assignment.